I have been fortunate enough to work with some amazingly talented people, both creatively and professionally in like a business sense. So I guess just being able to have like really amazing mentors in my professional life has been awesome. Well, I'm one of the very lucky few, I think, that I knew what I wanted to do at a very early age. Right after high school, I went to college and got into the design program. And I just kind of immersed myself into school and working for the college campus architect. And then I moved out to Arizona and started working right away. Honesty, that's a big deal for me. I try to be honest with everyone, clients, teammates, and work hard. Definitely work ethic. You know, if you want to succeed, you are going to have to put in the time and the effort at everything you do. You know, it's not like you can just clock in and clock out. There's going to be some things that you need to take on yourself and work on after hours to get better at what you do. And as you get older and you get more experience, you don't have to work as hard. You get more efficient, but you still have to constantly be learning. So you have to constantly be educating yourself so that you don't get stagnant. And not a lot of people do that. At the beginning, it is interviewing whoever you're working with to find out exactly what the needs and the goals are, and asking like the right questions. And sometimes it's the wrong questions, actually. It's just asking lots of questions to get as much information as possible. Sometimes your client doesn't even know what he wants or she wants. Getting that all written down, whether it's in words or graphics, so that it can be translated and everyone can still be on the same page. Because sometimes people say things and they don't really know what they said, or it's interpreted wrong. So having it all written down graphically and reviewed again is super important at the beginning of a project. Definitely Zoom has been a really big part of our lives lately, but we also still get together, lots of lookbooks are probably the most used as thought starters. You know, we'll just put a little PowerPoint together of a bunch of different images, and that's usually the best way to communicate what we want. And then space planning, we'll sketch a lot of ideas and see what works where. I think it is becoming more important than ever. And the reason I think that has a lot to do with COVID and where we're at, because everyone has proved that they can work from home successfully. So now it's like, what's the purpose of an office? What's the purpose of a coffee shop? What's the purpose of any public space? And I think that we really need to reinvent those spaces, and they need to become high design spaces in order to get people to want to come. So I really do think that interior designers and architects are more essential than ever and need to be more creative than they've ever had to be before. Well, there's a few. I sell commercial furniture. It's hard right now. People are not wanting to spend much money on furniture because they don't know where their office environment is going. That's the biggest obstacle, but I don't think that's going to be an issue for long. I think I'm already seeing a big uptick in people not just renewing their leases, but also moving buildings and taking up more space. So that's great news. Finding the right team to support you, both personality-wise and ethics, working hard, being honest, all those things that we talked about earlier. Be creative is difficult. A lot of people just want to do their job and leave. So it's hard finding people with passion. Do your research. Don't just do what's easy. Talk to a lot of people, try things, take a class and see what you think. Make sure above all that you work hard, because you'll never know if you really enjoy something if you just kind of go through the motions. And I think you need to invest a little bit of yourself before you can say yes or no to something.